Uh,
Welcome to a brief introduction about post-colonial literature relating to the novel Things Fall Apart by Achebe. So first, we're gonna start by talking about a brief history of Nigeria. The events in the novel Things Fall Apart take place at the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century. At that time, the British were major buyers of African slaves, and in 1861, the British started entering West African countries, and at first they entered Lagos and took over it, and then slowly moved into Nigeria. The British were in competition with other European countries for control of West Africa. In 1884, the British proclaimed Nigeria to be their territory. When the British took over Nigeria, they controlled the north with local Muslim leaders, and in the south, they fully controlled it themselves. The British killed many natives after they took over, and an example was on November 16th, 1905, when a white man rode his bicycle into Ahira and was killed by the natives. A month later, an expedition of British forces searched the villages in the area and killed many natives. After 50 years of being colonized by the British, Nigeria finally gained their independence in 1960.
this is a brief history about Achebe, the author of Things Fall Apart. Achebe used mimicry in his early novels. He also highlighted the differences in culture in his writing. Achebe portrayed Nigerian people as civilized. He highlighted their civilization prior to the Britain colonizing them. He said this quote that African people did not hear of civilization for the first time from Europeans. This highlights their civilization prior to the British colonizing them. The novel was written in 1958. He changed his name to Achebe rather than Albert to not fall victim to civilization to hybridization. He hybridized English and Igbo language in his writing. He went to a missionary school where children were forbidden to speak Igbo and where he learned English literature. English literature made him aware of the hegemony. Thus, he decided to write novels from the point of view of the Nigerians to challenge the stereotypes. Him changing his name also challenged the stereotypes. His novels provide important information about the troubled history of Nigeria. He was born after the missionaries came by about 40 years. His grandparents practiced Igbo culture, and his parents were Christianized, which highlights the effect of hybridization.
Up next is the intro and value to Things Fall Apart. So the story Things Fall Apart got its name from a poem written by William Butler Yeats. Uh, William Butler Yeats believed that the world was on the threshold of an apocalyptic revelation. So he wrote this poem. And in this poem uh, we can see it says things fall apart, the center cannot hold. So William Butler Yeats was an Irish author, and this shows hybridization because the British and like some of the Irish, they took over Nigeria in the past. So Achebe, his main audience was Nigerian people, so he had a goal in mind. That goal was to help society regain its belief in itself. He also wanted to put away all of the problems from the years behind, from the like when they were self-absent, because when Britain took them over. Achebe didn't present Igbo, which is like his tribe or his culture. He didn't present them as peaceful, and he presented them as they had problems. One of the main problems they had in Nigeria is that the Igbo walk their talk, while the Nigerian standard is to stop talking.
Igbo's religion. This is a few facts about Igbo's religion, the ancient Igbo religion. Their main god is Chukwu. Their goddess on earth is called Allah. Chukwu means the high god, and they only believed in one god.
These are
Thank
the
you all for
citations.
listening. Yeah. Thank you all for listening to this brief introduction to post-colonial literature.